initiatives in higher education in the state of Tennessee, and we're talking to the Chancellor of the Tennessee Board of Regents, Dr. Charles Manning. And of course, Dr. Manning, during this last segment, let's give you an opportunity to sort of bring us up in reference to some of the financial things dealing with higher education in Tennessee, because I think the first time that you came to us, there was no lottery, and I think that was one of the major issues that we talked about. How do you finance education, higher education? And now we have a lot. Talk about it from that perspective.
Well, the lottery's been in a number of years now, and I'm sure many in the audience who have been able to take advantage of it. As we were chatting, it is more oriented towards a student who is coming straight from a high school. You know, a couple of different programs. You get a little bit more money if you're scoring higher on ACT tests and grade points, and you can still get in with something that is less than a 3.0 and take advantage of it. But right now, you have to have a B average in college to maintain it. And a couple pieces of advice I guess I'd pass on. One is, you know, it's sometimes it's I guess it's harder when you get into college to maintain that B than it was in high school. And you gotta get on it right away. And keep working at it. The other is that to be a full-time student, you have to take 12 hours. To be on the lottery, you have to take 12 hours. But you know, if you take just 12, that's all you sign up for. You start to get in trouble with one of them. You have nothing to fall back on, and you're probably better off if you take more than that. That would allow you to drop a course, for example, and still be enrolled. It allows you to work on other courses, maybe have the higher grade, get something.
Don't stand too close to the edge in a real sense, because you know if you leave after 11 with 11 hours, then you need 12. You're too close to the edge.
So that's an issue and a problem. And you know, one of the things we model a program, not exactly, but to a great extent after the one program that was in Georgia. You know, in Georgia, as has been found in Tennessee, about half the students that come in with a scholarship lose the scholarship because of that B average. I know that the governor and the General Assembly are looking at that pretty hard, even though that was kind of what was planned and expected. On the other hand, when it happens to you, you feel somewhat different about it. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see, I know the serious consideration on you know, saying you have to maintain a 2.75 rather than a 3.0 as doing it. For adults, it's you know, not as easy. One of the things that that we have proposed and did jointly with the University of Tennessee, there are quite a number of students who have gone to school are within 30 hours of graduating, whether that's at a bachelor's level and you're you know, at 90 hours, or whether that's an associate degree level and you've got more than 30. And that was the idea. Let's take those people, let's provide a variety of different ways to access them. One of them certainly would be online, and give them a financial incentive to finish. And we think we could increase the number of people in Tennessee with baccalaureate and associate degrees.
And that would increase the number of teachers. It would also increase the number of teachers, even nurses.
Well, absolutely, and they would become eligible for you know, lots of different kinds of jobs. The teaching would add, you'd have to add certification, but we've got that available online as well. And so lots of people, they get into a situation where they've made a geographic decision, if you will. They've decided because they're married or their job, you know, and they've located a particular place, and there may or may not be an institution of higher education close by. So providing these opportunities to get there and do that. So another program that the governor has in his budget right now is one that's trying to be an incentive program for high school students to do well, and it would basically make community college virtually free in terms of tuition if you, coming out of high school, have a